Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Medieval Reader. So today I want to talk about a book that I have decided not to finish, and that's Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funke. This is the first book in 2018 that I have actively decided not to finish. I read all the time for school, and so I'm okay with books that are boring, but when it comes time to reading outside of that, I want to read something that is either thought-provoking or fun, or, there's something there for me to hold on to. But Dragon Rider, there wasn't anything there. So basically, the story begins with a dragon named Firedrake, who is told that the humans are threatening the dragons, and so he and this brownie, they decide they're going to travel to this region in the Himalayan mountains where dragons live in peace, and evidently they're supposed to get some answers there. So they go on this journey with this boy named Ben, who is a human, but he's a good human. In fact, he's so good that he has no flaws, no character, no personality, nothing. And that's really the problem, is that, all the characters are very one-dimensional. There's nothing there that grabs my attention. The plot itself is very simple. I'm sure at the very end they will reach their destination. I read half of the book, as you can tell, and then I just decided I really couldn't continue with it. Basically, they just go from place to place, and one of the characters who's going along with Firedrake, we know from the very beginning, is a spy for this evil dragon, and he's kind of conflicted over his loyalties. And I guess because we know that he's the spy, there's no mystery at all. And we just see the other characters being completely blind to what's in front of their nose. They miss the most obvious signs that there is a traitor in their midst. And they don't wonder who the traitor is, except for the brownie, who just knows everything, and somehow people decided to write her off. And Ben is smart in other ways, but somehow he doesn't notice that there is a traitor in the group. There are these crows that keep reappearing. Like, clearly the crows are relaying messages to the bad dragon. We're told this, we know this, but the other characters in the group just don't recognize this. None of the characters have any personality. It really just doesn't work. And maybe it's really fun for children. I mean, I'm sure an 8 or a 9-year-old would love this book. It is really long. I mean, it's a little over 500 pages. And I read to page 284, and I mean, it's just the same old. But again, children might really like it, but some children's books just don't work for adults, and I think this book, Dragon Rider, just doesn't work. Even though it's the first book in a trilogy, I can't even get through the first book, so I definitely don't recommend this. And it does make me feel bad a little bit that I have to DNF a book, because I don't like DNFing. I try to finish all of the books that I begin, because I have a pretty high tolerance for really boring things, as you can imagine. But I want something in the book that will grab me and will make me think, or that at least will be escapist, and I wasn't even escaping in this book. So, I'm gonna have to DNF this book, especially when I purchased the book. I really don't want to DNF it. And in this Read 5 challenge that I set for myself to read 5 books that I already own, I am going to include this book because I really put in the effort. I wanted to finish it, but there are just so many other books that I'd rather read on the side that aren't assigned, but that will, that I can enjoy, because, when I'm reading on the side, I want to enjoy what I'm reading. It is also spring break. I do also have other books that I have to read for school. For example, The Red and the Black by Stendhal, and Rousseau's Confessions. And then I'm also going to be doing my term paper for one of my Renaissance classes on Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics and its reception in, hopefully, the French Renaissance. I haven't chosen the Renaissance author I want to pair the ethics with. But I have other books that I have to read. So if I'm going to read outside of that, I want to read something that I enjoy. And even though I don't still feel the best about DNFing this book, it's just, there's nothing there, and I don't recommend it. If you have a child, maybe, but I'm going to just count it as a read book and give it 2 stars and just move on. There's just really on to the next thing. Let me know if you ever have qualms about DNFing books. What elements make you give up on a book? And I will talk to you later. Bye now.